There's my mom sitting on the floor with those beautiful, unruly Cuban curls I love so much, leyendo un cuento en español. We'd come to the Dominican Republic on a service trip with the local church. I knew my mom was nervous about coming on the trip and fitting in with the other moms, and yet here she was doing something that none of the others could. She invited me to sit down and read to the kids with her. She showed me that my Cuban culture fostered a connection with these kids that my white friends would never have. It was here that I first saw my multiculturalism to be a tool. My mother raised me to be proud of my heritage, the Cuban and the Jewish. When I was young, I remember being so proud to be different, so proud to have something that made me unique. While sometimes I've struggled to reconcile my differing and sometimes conflicting cultures, in the Dominican Republic, my mom again reminded me that I was proud to belong to those cultures. And I wish I could always wear that feeling of pride, but there have been times since I've come to college where that feeling of pride has disappeared, left in its place a feeling of insecurity, and that moment we shared in the Dominican Republic fades a little. There was the time I went with a friend to her lake house in Virginia. After a long day in the sun, my skin had darkened. A family friend looked at me and said, "Look at that nice Latina skin. The good Lord gave you that nice dark skin so your people could do work in the fields." Then there was the time the grandmother of a friend remarked, "Those Hispanics have so many diseases." In both of those moments, I didn't feel proud to be Cuban. I wanted to remind myself of what I had felt that day in the Dominican Republic, but I couldn't see my multiculturalism to be a tool. I saw it as a weakness. It didn't enable me, it just lessened me. I had always been proud of my heritage until I heard it used against me. Then I wasn't proud. Today, I struggle at times to reconcile my differing cultures. Am I part of the majority or minority? But I've had to shift my perspective and remember that moment in the Dominican Republic. I am not stuck between two worlds, one Hispanic and one white, but rather I have a foot in two worlds, and this will enable me in ways I haven't fully understood yet. Sometimes it's difficult trying to make sense of what it means to be part minority and part majority. The truth is, there's no black or white answer, but rather a gray area in between that each of us has to navigate on our own and see through our own lens.